pot like this in a while, but I figured I'd give it a try during this workshop to show you how I keep this thing in a state of becoming. And I like to sort of, improvise from a full form sometimes instead of not seeing the form at all. The cloud cup is partial form, but I have to build much of it. And this one, the whole form is here, and I'm going to transform the whole thing into a new thing. And that to me is a different activity. So sometimes I have to practice it again, time to time. So we've got a flat face growing here. And I really like to get physical with my work. And I come up with excuses to do that. I mean, I guess, throwing is physical by itself, but I'm not done there. I'm not sure what that means, but I know that it adds some character to the nature of my work. And I like trails of activity. I like the residue of the process to be evident. So in the end, I'm not going to be too picky about how I touch this surface. I'm going to get into the little scratches and trails from the grog that are left in here, and that stuff excites me. It's like little instantaneous drawings, little surface drawings that I don't really have control of, but I find. Because as kids to the Michigan State campus gallery, which was a pretty nice gallery, and I don't remember much about those visits except seeing a show of pottery there one time. And I don't know whether it was a student show, whether it was a faculty show, whether it was some kind of invitational. But what was more important to me was, what I realized there at 5 years old, standing eye to eye with the height of the pedestal. There's something about the relationship, the physical relationship of myself to the pedestal that was important in the end. So the pot is like above my eye level, and it might have been just some dumb little teapot or something, but I knew intrinsically that a person had made it, and that was very important. I didn't have any fantasies about or it wasn't an unknown thing. I sort of understood the mechanics of, oh, that is the product of a human creative moment, this pot. And that was profound to me. And I was like, if a person could do that, I'm a person, therefore I can do that someday. And that sort of sat in the back of my head, probably until I had the opportunity to do it. And then I said, I can do it. Technical virtuosity is one thing, but it's not the end all. If works are great because they just baffle you with how they were made, that's such a one-trick pony. There's got to be more content to the work than that. So yes, seek out skill so that you can do the things you want to do, but don't seek out skill just to make skillful pots. Edgeless, continuous plane of the surface of a vessel. So I had to give myself a point, and then I tried to be relatively symmetrical with the decision of the cube or the box form, but I'm not that concerned with it. It's not science, so I don't need to measure it and make it a perfect square cube. I want it to have some character to it. But now that I have those edges to conflict with, I can bend them and twist them and reiterate them in a different way, and then they take on a different significance. And it also adds sort of this internal, even if I completely obliterate them, there's the residue of that their presence was there. They give it sort of this substructure that I find very, very interesting. Or mass without actual having mass. It's all ballooned out. I like the transformation. Really dig getting my hands in there and being the one that's responsible, and I mean the activity of being responsible for the change of volume. And I think there's something important about making that distinction. You know, you've got to be invested in it. Adding some water to it.
Oh, sweet. Good idea.
You got to get this stuff wet though. It dries really fast, so the pot wants to soak up the water. So you got to work quick. But because it's so thin, you can get it to wrap around interesting form.
How'd you come up with that idea there? Or you
I
just
saw somebody do it in the workshop.
Huh?
Full circle. Full circle. You see that? Full circle. You got to give. Sometimes drips are good.
On chocolate.
But sometimes they're not.
Just keep surprising me.
And then if you want to be really anal, you can go in and cut away any of this stuff. If you wanted, you didn't want the happenstance stuff, but sometimes the happenstance stuff is good. If you let that get leather hard again, you can keep doing more and more layers. On top of layer, on top of layer, on top of layer.
Cool.
You can put a different shape over it.
Yeah.
And maybe trap some of the clay here, trap some of the white, and then put a different color over top of that, or do a drawing on top of it, pull it away.
So I start looking like that.
Pretty soon you got the graph stuff going on. I just